Imagine standing at your husband's open casket, the scent of lilies thick in the air, when his own mother stands up, points directly at you, and screams loud enough for the entire funeral parlor to hear. You're only here for the money. You never loved him. The room exploded into whispers. Vivian Thompson, perfectly coiffed, pearls gleaming, didn't stop. We all know what you are, Elena. A gold digger who waited for my son to die so you could cash in. Her daughter Lydia nodded furiously beside her, arms crossed like she was guarding a vault. I stood there in the front row, black veil trembling slightly, tears already streaming. Everyone's eyes burned into me. They expected me to crumble, to run, to prove them right with hysterics. But I didn't scream back. I didn't even flinch hard. Instead, I turned slowly, deliberately, and the entire room went dead silent when they saw who had been standing quietly behind me the whole time. They thought they had me cornered. They had no idea the real storm was already in the building. Before we continue with this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for updates. Everyone said I married Marcus for his money. But let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who looked past your bank account and saw the man underneath? That's what happened 8 years ago. I was just a nurse working night shifts in a quiet hospital ward. Marcus Thompson walked in after a minor car accident. Rich, handsome, charming as hell. But he hated the spotlight his family's money put on him. The first thing he said to me? Finally, someone who doesn't ask for my autograph or my credit card. We talked for hours that night. He laughed at my terrible jokes, asked about my dreams, not my resume. 6 months later, we were married. No prenup. He insisted. If it's real love, Elena, we don't need paperwork to protect us. His family? They hated it from day one. Vivian called me the help behind my back. Lydia rolled her eyes every time I entered a room. She's latching on. They'd whisper at holidays I was barely invited to. Marcus shut them down every time. She's the only one who loves me for me, he'd say, voice like steel. I thought time would soften them. It didn't. Then Marcus got sick. Fast. Aggressive cancer. In 6 months, my husband, the man who held me through every storm, was gone. And at his funeral, that's when their real venom came out. But what they screamed next would force me to turn around and change everything forever. The service had been painfully quiet. Soft organ music. Muffled sobs. Then Vivian stood up during the open eulogies, snatched the microphone from the stand like it owed her something. Her voice cracked the hush like glass. This woman, she jabbed a manicured finger straight at me, is nothing but a gold digger. She never loved my Marcus. She waited for him to get sick so she could steal everything he built. Lydia jumped up beside her. We won't let her walk away with a single cent. She's been playing the long game since day one. Gasps rolled through the pews like thunder. Old family friends shifted uncomfortably. Cousins stared. My hands shook in my lap, but I kept my head down at first, tears hitting the program folded in my fingers. What would you do? Sit there and take it? Cry louder to prove you're innocent? Or just wait? I lifted my chin slowly, wiped one cheek with the back of my hand. Then I turned, inch by inch, until my eyes met the figure who had slipped in late and stood silently at the back wall the entire time. The room didn't just go quiet. It stopped breathing. They didn't see Mr. Harlan step forward from the shadows near the back wall. The family lawyer, tall, silver-haired, always calm like he was reading a grocery list even when delivering bad news, cleared his throat once. Loud. Deliberate. The silence became absolute. Even the organist stopped mid-note. Before we allow any more unfounded accusations, Harlan said, voice cutting through the tension like a blade, I believe it's time to read from Marcus Thompson's final will and trust documents. The ones executed just 3 weeks before his passing. Vivian's face went from triumphant red to sheet white in seconds. Lydia's mouth opened, then snapped shut. Harlan pulled a slim folder from his briefcase. Opened it slowly. Marcus made certain provisions very clear, and he included a personal letter addressed to his wife. He looked straight at me. Elena, would you like me to proceed? I nodded once. My voice was steady when I spoke. Yes. Let them hear it all. Harlan adjusted his glasses. Very well. Then he began to read, and everything they thought they knew shattered. The lawyer's next words hit like thunder in that silent room. Marcus Thompson's estate, valued in excess of $28 million, including the family business holdings, primary residence, and investment portfolios, is left in its entirety to his beloved wife, Elena Thompson. Vivian let out a strangled gasp. Lydia's knees buckled. She grabbed the pew for support. Harlan didn't pause. Furthermore, a revocable trust established 5 years ago contains irrefutable documentation, bank records, emails, witness statements, proving Vivian Thompson attempted to redirect company funds into personal accounts on 3 separate occasions between 2018 and 2020. Marcus chose not to pursue criminal charges at the time, out of family loyalty. He glanced at Vivian. That loyalty ends here. Those actions trigger full disinheritance clauses for any party involved in financial misconduct. Vivian whispered. No, he wouldn't. Harlan continued reading Marcus's personal letter to me. Elena, if they're doing this now, it means they never changed. You were the only one who ever truly loved me. Take it all. Live the life we dreamed of. I met Vivian's eyes.
Calm.
Quiet. You called me a gold digger, I said. But Marcus knew exactly who the real ones were. The room erupted into chaos. That day at the funeral, grief twisted into something sharper, justice. Marcus had seen it coming long before the diagnosis. He protected me the only way he knew how, with cold, hard proof, and unbreakable love. Vivian collapsed into a pew, handkerchief forgotten on the floor. Lydia stared at the lawyer like he'd slapped her. Whispers turned to shouts. Someone in the back clapped, slow, then louder, until a few others joined. I stood up, walked to the front, looked at what was left of his family. You screamed I was only here for the money, I said, voice steady. But Marcus knew the truth. He left me everything because I was the only one who never asked for a thing. I turned to Harlan. Thank you. Then I walked out, head high, veil trailing like a banner, past the stunned faces, past the casket, into the sunlight. They thought they'd humiliated me. Instead, they exposed themselves. And somewhere, Marcus was smiling. If you've ever been called something you're not, if you've ever been underestimated by the people who should have loved you most, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more stories where the truth finally wins. Comment below. Have the in-laws ever tried to take what wasn't theirs? Next time, the family who faked a will and forgot about the nanny cam. See you there.